This was the match that witnessed the birth of a snooker god. At just 14 years old, Ronnie O'Sullivan stepped onto the professional stage for the first time and shocked everyone. His fluid, attacking play left the crowd stunned. Even seasoned adult players who'd been at it for years were jaw-dropped. Who could believe a 14-year-old kid was playing like this? This precious footage was recorded in 1990 right from Ronnie O'Sullivan's first shot. You could see how deadly accurate he was with the middle pockets. No wonder everyone later called him the Prince of the Middle Pocket. This gift was clearly something he was born with. Back then, O'Sullivan still had that boyish look on his face. Though he looked young and innocent, his playing speed was so fast it made your head spin, leaving the older referee struggling to keep up. Compared to now, when he's gradually starting to look like Mr. Bean, the young Ronnie had this intense, focused look in his eyes. You could tell right away this kid was going places. 50 years ago, snooker was boring as hell. A single frame could drag on for over an hour. Young people wouldn't touch it, and most folks in the audience were there to catch some Z's. Then the hurricane came along and completely revolutionized snooker. After his glory days passed, young O'Sullivan took over the torch. Both these guys had incredible attacking games, not just amazing skills, but they made matches exciting to watch way beyond what other players could offer. Sure, snooker might be a niche sport today, but the fact it has fans all over the world, that's mostly thanks to the Hurricane and the Rocket. These days, about half the snooker audience is there just to watch O'Sullivan play. Whenever he's competing, ticket sales and television ratings are guaranteed. Ronnie O'Sullivan is the most talented player snooker has seen in 100 years. He's been famous since he was a kid. At 9, he was already beating adults and winning his local club championship. At 10, he was making century breaks. At 15, he scored a 147 maximum in amateur competition. Absolutely mind-blowing. After turning pro, he won the UK Championship in 1993, becoming snooker's youngest-ranking tournament champion ever. In 1995, he won the Masters, breaking another youngest-ever record. The guy literally started at the top from the moment he turned professional. O'Sullivan has been the brightest star. You could say his whole life has been about breaking records, then creating new ones to break. Before O'Sullivan, Stephen Hendry dominated the entire era, and pretty much everyone thought he was the greatest in snooker history. But once O'Sullivan showed up, he shattered all of Hendry's records. And the records O'Sullivan has set, most of them are completely unprecedented, like that 147 maximum break in 5 minutes and 8 seconds. Probably nobody's ever gonna beat that. Over 1,000 century breaks, 7 triple crowns. These achievements have cemented O'Sullivan as snooker's undisputed #1, and nobody can touch him. But in recent years, O'Sullivan's been showing his personality in matches, sometimes withdrawing, sometimes playing casually, not looking as dominant as before. That's because, the way he sees it, he's already got enough titles. A few more won't make much difference. Compared to honors, he cares more about the prize money now. So when T here is a tournament with big money on the line, O'Sullivan usually finds a way to win it all. The black goes in, O'Sullivan secured the frame, while his opponent basically just broke off, and that was it. With the lead, O'Sullivan's playing even more relaxed and smooth. Despite his young age, he's not nervous at all in this important match. Guess, that's the confidence that comes with natural talent. Once he finds his rhythm, his opponent doesn't stand a chance. Having this kind of dominance at such a young age, you could already see what incredible achievements he'd go on to accomplish.
Why does Ronnie O'Sullivan give every player headaches? Simple traditional safety play is useless against him. John Higgins, trying to stop O'Sullivan from clearing for the win, deliberately nudges the 7th red toward the right cushion. While his safety shot looks decent and seems to achieve its goal, O'Sullivan somehow finds a way through the tight gap. What happens next shows Higgins exactly why they call him the master of chaos. Absolutely merciless, no thought of playing safe. Even better, the cue ball lands perfectly on the black in one move. That calm demeanor, that complete confidence in his abilities, it's enough to send chills down anyone's spine. But winning this match won't be easy. 5 reds with no clear pots, and Higgins is ready for battle, not showing any panic on his face. This frame is from the 2022 World Championship. O'Sullivan is chasing his 7th Crucible crown. Looking at today's game, you can count on one hand the players who can go toe-to-toe with O'Sullivan.
还可以啊。
O'Sullivan doesn't go for the middle pocket right here. Most players take the easy shots first, but O'Sullivan has his own unique approach to the game. Time and again, his thinking proves superior. Great shot, in O'Sullivan's eyes. Balls that look like obstacles don't necessarily stop him. With precise enough position play, he can turn tough situations into easy ones, making the impossible possible. He sinks the middle pocket red easily. This next shot to develop balls is crucial.
我还是想发力呀、发力的看一下。
Absolutely beautiful. The cue ball goes 3 cushions around the table for perfect position on the red. The power and angle are spot on. Now he needs to nail the pot though. Rather than use the rest, O'Sullivan trusts his left hand. The crowd loves it. O'Sullivan's style is always so unique. The ball catches the jaw, but luck's on his side. With all the reds potted, it's the tense colors clearance. But 4 of the colors up top aren't on their spots. Let's see how O'Sullivan handles this.
16进8的比，就是自己去适应一下，先不换。
This is Mark Selby at his most unsportsmanlike on double match point with the black ball deciding everything. Even Neil Robertson, known for his gentleman's demeanor, was pushed to his breaking point. A long-distance angled pink drops perfectly. Just pot the black and Selby completes the comeback. Unfortunately, the black's tight on the cushion. The only option for a turnaround is to risk a pocket shot. But anyone who knows Selby knows he never takes unnecessary risks. Always playing the percentages. He starts carefully studying the table layout, whether attacking or playing safe. Everything has to be foolproof.
To make a double.
Selby gets down to shoot, then suddenly stands back up. Seems like even with his mental toughness, the pressure of this winner-takes-all situation is getting to him. He keeps chalking his Q-tip, trying to settle his nerves. Just when everyone thinks he's about to play, Selby abruptly stands up again. Clearly Selby's not just managing his own mindset, he's also applying pressure on Robertson. After such a long battle, everything comes down to psychological warfare. Nobody plays mind games in snooker quite like Selby. Robertson sits there looking helpless. Even the veteran referee can't take it anymore, walking over to Selby and staring at him in frustration. But Selby's still in his own world, repeating his down and up routine. Finally, after 5 attempts, Selby decides to play. Let's see how this turns out. Selby really went for it this time, but the angle's off. At least both balls are tight on the cushions, leaving no opening. Selby looks pleased with himself, obviously satisfied with that shot. Meanwhile, Robertson can only shake his head at Selby's antics. Back in his chair, Selby's still basking in his satisfaction.
Not what he played.
Robertson's safety isn't tight enough. He's left a middle pocket chance. The angle's tough though. Thinks Selby will go for it. Selby plays it safe again. Black ball half on the cushion. Cue ball deep for safety, but there's still a tough top pocket opportunity. Even though Robertson's nicknamed the Thunder from Down Under, he's hesitating here. After thinking it through, his safety game can't match Selby's, but Robertson trusts his potting more. So unfortunate the black rattles the pocket. Lucky for him, he hasn't left anything. Robertson gets up looking frustrated. The thought of more tactical battles with Selby makes his skin crawl. At this stage, it's not just about technique anymore. Mental strength, courage, and strategy all affect the outcome. Good safety play leads to steady wins, while aggressive potting might just steal victory.
Obviously, there was no room in behind it.
Robertson's trying to split them to opposite ends, but unfortunately leaves Selby another pocket chance. Though this might be intentional, let's see what Selby chooses this time. What a shame the cue ball catches the pocket jaw on the right. Even worse, it's left an opening. Selby trudges back to his seat, clearly giving up. Robertson hurries to the table with a mischievous grin. It's a tough shot, but manageable. After a quick look, he plays straight away. The reverse cut on the black goes in perfectly. Robertson gets the last laugh.
Mark Selby will be utterly...
Honestly, this situation gave me a real headache. I am usually pretty decisive with my shots, but this time I really hesitated. Got down on the shot several times but couldn't pull the trigger. Just look at this table. All 15 reds scattered everywhere. It's a total mess. I had a chance to pot a ball, sure, but there wasn't a good colour to keep my break going smoothly. The cue ball was trapped in traffic. I only had one attacking angle, and it was really risky. Not only did I have to avoid several reds, but I also had to make sure I didn't scratch. For what looked like a simple pot, I spent over a minute thinking about it. Luckily, I nailed the position in the end, dodging all the reds perfectly. That's the beauty of cue ball control. This was the second round of the 2018 Masters, where I faced Marco Fu. We'd been trading safeties for over a dozen shots, which created this chaotic layout. Some fans might think this looks easy to play. The reds are all open, no need to split them. Should be a piece of cake, right? That's not wrong. But it's way harder than it looks. Open reds are a double-edged sword. Yeah, you don't need to split them, but they're all in each other's way. If my position is even slightly off, the break stops dead. Add in the fact that you need to alternate reds and colours, and the difficulty really ramps up. This kind of situation really tests your cue ball control.
Well, he's still at 16 seconds.
Ivrio knows I've got decent cue ball control, but honestly, even I was on edge playing this, feeling like I could miss at any moment. Look, the reds are clustered in the middle of the table, the pinks blocked, and the blacks down at the bottom. So most of the time I had to use the blue as my colour, which not only keeps the scoring slow, but makes everything way tougher. By now, you should get that this layout isn't as easy as it seems, right? It only looks simple because I am the one playing it, making people think T here is nothing to it, even giving them that I could do. That feeling in reality, this is really tough stuff that demands exceptional cue ball control.